Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the controversy surrounding Russell Brand? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the controversy, then offer my analysis. Russell Brand was born on June 4, 1975, in Essex, England. He lived with his mother after his parents separated when he was 6 months old. Russell left home at the age of 16 and started using substances like ecstasy, LSD, and marijuana. He embarked on a career in the entertainment industry and had success despite being kicked out of a performing arts school for using illegal substances. Here are just a few examples of Russell's career activities. Russell worked as an actor starting in 1994, although he didn't have a meaningful role until 2002. Russell started a stand-up comedy career in 2000. He would go on to work for MTV as a video journalist. He was fired in 2001. Russell was using a lot of substances during this time. In 2004, Russell was hired as the host of a show that was eventually called Big Brother's Big Mouth. This was a sister show to Big Brother 5. He stayed in that job until 2007. Russell gained more traction with his stand-up comedy career after this and received his big break in the movies with a role in the 2008 film Forgetting Sarah Marshall. In addition to performing comedy routines and acting, Russell wrote articles and books. He published a children's book that was heavily criticized as being incoherent. Sometime around 2012, Russell launched a YouTube channel. He uploaded a variety of videos featuring comedy routines and interviews. About 2 years later, he started covering topics like politics, wellness, and conspiracy theories. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Russell focused even more effort on producing conspiracy theory videos, which led to him becoming extremely successful. At the time making this video, Russell's YouTube channel has over 6.6 million subscribers and has been viewed over 1.1 billion times. Here are a few video titles that sum up his channel pretty well. Do I Dress Like a Teenage Girl? Was Tinder Designed by Satan? Who Really Runs the World? Society is Collapsing. Prepare for Off-Grid Living. It's a Conspiracy. This is How the Elite Stay in Power. They're Invisible, the Players Who Really Control Society. This Is Why They Mandate Vaccines. Is the World Falling Apart? And Bill Gates has been hiding this, and it's all about to come out. Russell's channel receives about 20 to 30 million views a month. In the fall of 2020, as Russell was starting to get traction with conspiracy theory videos, his channel had about 4 to 5 million views a month. Russell saw a massive increase in views due to introducing conspiracy theory videos. He finally found an audience that would stick with him, and he achieved incredible fame. As far as Russell's romantic life, he married the singer Katy Perry in 2010. The couple divorced in 2012. Katy would later imply that Russell wanted an equal, but could not handle equality. She suggested that she found out the real truth, which she has kept locked away in a safe for a rainy day. In 2017, Russell married again, this time to a former restaurant owner. There have been many interactions between law enforcement and Russell Brand. For example, in September 2010, Russell was arrested for battery after allegedly attacking a photographer. He was deported from Japan in May of 2011 based on old offenses he allegedly committed. And in March 2012, Russell was arrested after allegedly throwing a photographer's phone through a window. Now moving to the timeline of the controversy. On September 15, 2023, Russell Brand released a video on his YouTube channel where he talked about serious criminal allegations that were going to be revealed. These allegations were against him. He didn't specify what the alleged offenses involved, but Russell supplied a clue about their nature when he suggested that all his romantic interactions had been consensual. He implied that he was the victim of a conspiracy. On the next day, September 16, 3 British media sources published allegations from 5 women. 4 of these women were anonymous. The allegations included assault of a sexual nature and emotional mistreatment. Russell allegedly participated in these activities between 2006 and 2013. Some of the accusers felt compelled to say something because Russell had found success as a social media influencer who promoted wellness. After the allegations were made public, one newspaper said it had been contacted by several women with claims about Russell Brand. The newspaper was going to investigate these claims. Russell Brand maintains his innocence. Several celebrities have come to his defense, including Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Andrew Tate, and Elon Musk. Russell performed at a sold-out comedy show on the same day the media reported the allegations. He told audience members that there were certain things he couldn't talk about. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. Russell has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. He claimed that he had been addicted to adults-only images. At one time, Russell appeared to have a substance use problem. This struggle has undoubtedly influenced his attitude about the topic. Russell implied that he had been severely judged for using substances. For example, he once said, quote, "I challenge any of you to take crack and heroin and see how it affects your personal, private, and professional life," unquote. Russell made this statement almost as if he was the victim, like using drugs was a normal and healthy choice that anyone would have made under similar circumstances. Many former substance users develop good insight about their behavior. They come to understand how their decisions contributed to the addiction. But some continue to blame the substances, society, or other people. One common claim is that the desire to use substances is irresistible. This is kind of like what Russell implied. When a person has an addiction to substances, there are certain situations where their ability to resist using is quite limited. For example, if a person who is addicted to heroin has the drug right in front of them as they are feeling strong withdrawal symptoms, it would be difficult for them to walk away. At other times, however, a person can resist. For example, imagine a man who is released from an inpatient mental health facility after staying clean in there for 60 days. If he makes the decision to surround himself with other people who use substances, he has chosen a path that is going to reignite his addiction. It's overly simplistic to imply that substance users don't have any choice in their addiction at any point. It would appear as though Russell never really gained insight into his substance use, and he is choosing to promote advice based on his distorted understanding. Russell claims to be someone who can help people with their mental health and addiction problems, but he's only making the problems worse. I think, in a way, this connects to his descent into conspiracy theories, which brings me to item number 2. Russell did not achieve a staggering level of fame until he embraced conspiracy theories. I don't think he did this to be famous. Rather, it appears as though he genuinely believes the nonsense that he promotes. I think this could connect to his substance use history in this way. Russell did not want to own his past behavior. He wanted someone else to blame. This has a parallel to conspiracy theories. With these assertions, someone else is responsible for everything bad that happens, like alien lizard humanoids, corrupt government officials, or Hollywood actors. This gives Russell the opportunity to play the hero. He can now save everybody from the horrible and evil empire that operates behind the scenes. It provides Russell with a sense of purpose. He believes that he is truly an important figure in the world, therefore he makes up nonsense to validate this belief. Russell appears to be grandiose, arrogant, self-centered, and he may have a sense of entitlement. Item number 3. Prior to his massive social media fame, Russell was technically a celebrity. As I mentioned, he had been on TV and in movies. Russell has a limited amount of talent as far as being a comedian or an actor. His performance in Forgetting Sarah Marshall was acceptable, but most of his other performances have been forgettable. I think that Russell initially became famous because he was impulsive, exercised poor judgment, and demonstrated boundary-crossing behavior. At the time when he gained popularity, People were fascinated with these traits. Unsophisticated and crude were considered synonymous with enjoyable and satisfying. One could argue that this led to Russell's success, and it is now leading to his downfall. This brings me to item number 4. Russell has admitted to engaging in an excessive number of casual, romantic interactions. He has been involved in many controversies and clearly does not make good decisions. Now that Russell has been accused of all these terrible offenses, his history of inappropriate behavior is being used against him, like it makes him look guilty. It's kind of like if there was an actor who played a serial killer in a movie, and then the actor was accused of being a serial killer in real life. The movie character is separate from reality, but the parallel between the character and the accusations is still disconcerting. Russell Brand's persona as a performer is the most unconvincing disguise imaginable, considering the nature of the alleged offenses. Item number 5. Do I believe that Russell Brand is guilty of the alleged offenses? Russell Brand has repeatedly exercised incredibly poor judgment. The accusations appear to be consistent with his behavior. On the other hand, the claims involved events that allegedly occurred 10 to 17 years ago, and they were made anonymously. At this point, there is reasonable doubt, and no criminal charges have been filed. There's just no way to know what happened this early on without any evidence being presented. As far as his reputation, I think many people will assume that Russell is guilty. He's already been dropped by a talent agency. Under these circumstances, the word talent may be a little misleading. Russell Brand going to a talent agency and expecting representation is like a man riding a skateboard into a car wash and expecting to get a bath. Any talent agency that represents Russell should be forced to change the description of their company to just agency. The reality for Russell Brand is that his reputation was already destroyed due to his promotion of nonsensical beliefs. The allegations revealed in September of 2023 only add fuel to that fire. Fortunately for Russell, the true source of his current fame is indestructible. He will not lose his audience of conspiracy theorists. One could argue that Russell has brand loyalty. He has a particular skill that they are looking for. Namely, he is loquacious and knows how to speak incoherently about nebulous government conspiracies. I think these September 2023 allegations only solidify the idea that there is nothing that can happen to a conspiracy theorist that would drive their audience away from them. Everything bad that happens to Russell can be blamed on a conspiracy. Now moving to my final thoughts. Russell Brand is one of those performers who probably never should have been famous in the first place. In addition to an absence of talent, he kept making serious mistakes that offended people and used substances like they were going out of style. Despite his mistakes, Russell had one thing going for him which was quite impressive: an unlimited amount of unrealistic confidence. He believed he was capable of doing anything and was able to convince other people of the same thing. I think Russell secretly communicated how to prevent people like him from rising to fame and causing harm. One of Russell's videos has the title, "Raise Your Standards." I think this was his only piece of good advice. Those are my thoughts on the controversy surrounding Russell Brand. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comments section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.